Hi, everybody. Today, I'm happy to present Kevin Floyd. He's a data analyst for Icon Health and Fitness and a COVID-19 data specialist for Bear River Health Department, both in Logan, Utah. His academic and extracurricular statistical work focuses on applications in sports, particularly men's and women's college basketball, which he will present on right now. Take it away, Kevin. Thank you.
All right, happy to be here, everyone. I'm gonna make a presentation about a little something that I made around this time last year, maybe a couple months before, just to kind of set the stage. Last year in March, of course, WHO declared a global pandemic. March 11th, everything kind of started closing from there on out. And on March 13th, the NCAA men's basketball tournament was canceled. And it just came as kind of a shock when everything just got canceled day after day. You can even see this game at halftime got canceled, leaving that sad old mascot in the stands wondering what happened. And I was very sad too. And so while everyone else at that time was watching Tiger King and making sourdough bread, I decided to simulate my own NCAA tournament just to kind of get a sense of what could have happened that day. So my goal, I wanted to make something very realistic and detailed to simulate game by game. And so when you look at the fundamentals of basketball, essentially there is a game of alternating possessions. Each possession is 30 seconds or less. And on every possession, no matter how many passes are made and what's done, ultimately one player ends the possession either by shooting, turning the ball over, or being fouled before being able to do one of those two things. So any kind of simulator should answer who ended up using the possession, what did they do, how long did it take, and how did it end up? And so the data I took, I scraped it using a package called NCAA Hoop R, created by Luke Benz from Yale. And it scrapes play-by-play data from ESPN.com, such as here on the left. And I took that play-by-play data and grouped all the games of the season by team and player, and then just summed up all the different totals of any different action, whether it be making or missing a shot, any fouls, any rebounds, things like that. And I also differentiate it between kind of early in the shot clock transition kind of events and things that take a lot longer to develop in the half court. And since every action is both determined by how a player does something and also how well the other team defends that thing, I also summarized every team's opponent stats as well for all those categories. And so the process basically went by this. You could kind of call it maybe a stochastic process where I looked at the probabilities of an event happening given a certain state of the game, and then the resulting state of the game based off of the previous event. So looking through every team's roster and all of their statistics, you can find probability that a given player on a team would end up using the possession, the probability of them doing a given action when using that possession, and then as these actions kind of unfold, what like the ensuing actions, ensuing events, things like that. And then given whatever that event is, finding the probability of like the next state, whether it be transition or half court opportunity based off of the previous event. And so the output from all this, like that model, I would just simulate a single possession. And then basically I just ran that over and over and over again for a whole 40-minute basketball game. and also including some different strategic decisions, like if a team's losing, hurrying up their offense, taking more three-pointers, fouling to stop the clock, things like that. And the output ends up being a play-by-play data set, very similar to what is scraped from ESPN.com by this package.
Kevin, sorry to interrupt, but we need to wrap it up.
Okay.
We need to get to the next talk. Thank you.
Okay. And so I simulated multiple tournaments. There's some good and bad to it. There's a lot to build off of with this, but this was my idea, was basically R's fun, so do fun things with it. And that's it.
Thank you, Kevin. That was great. And I think we'll be moving on to our next lightning talk now.